Go for it.
Okay, hi everyone. I am Panda.
Polo.
And in today's video, we are talking about some assumptions that people have about us. So,
are we gonna have dancing?
We can have dancing, but you might not want to dance when you hear what some people have assumed. So just for clarification's purposes, I asked on my Instagram stories last week for people to post any assumptions that they have about us, and I received some interesting assumptions. And do you know what I'm going to be reading out?
I have absolutely no idea what to expect. As always, I find out as we are recording, so this is a first for me.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about the assumptions that people have about us.
Assumption number one.
Okay, so the first one says, you guys are dating each other because you have something against dating within your own race.
Whoa, that's extreme. I completely disagree with that statement. I've got nothing against dating people from my own race. I've dated a few other races before. It's just so happened that I found Anissa very attractive in terms of personality and in terms of looks. And in terms of looks, I thought she was my perfect match. Yeah. What have you got against dating Indian people?
I totally disagree with you. I have said this in one of my blog posts, and I'll say it again. I am not interested in dating within my race. The caliber of men that we are producing within the Desi community, the standard is just so low.
That's just kind of controversial.
This is my YouTube channel. This is my platform that I share with you, and I feel that I can be honest. I'm not interested in being with somebody who has all of these old school stereotypes and is interested in traditions and just basically archaic ways of thinking. And I have had relationships before within my community, and as a result of those poor experiences, hell no. So yeah, for me it's a no. It's a total no. I'm not going back in that direction. If you die, I am definitely not dating within my race again. Oh, but if I was not heterosexual, I would probably date a Desi woman because they are on point.
You really went there.
Just saying. But I think I answered that question adequately, and I think you answered that question adequately. So we'll move on to the next assumption. So the next assumption was actually two different assumptions, but I've lumped them together because they're kind of similar. So the first one is that y'all are rich.
How are we rich?
And the second one that I've put together with this is that you are only with Polo because he has money.
Let's get something very straight here. I work in hospitality, people. Okay. I've also done a lot of growth in my career, and it's been 14 years. So yes.
Oh my God, this is not a job interview.
No, I'm just saying. There's budgets that we work towards, okay, in terms of travel, in terms of groceries, in terms of my expenditures, which are normally much higher than your expenditures. Let's get something very straight there. So no, we are not rich, but we are very smart with our money in terms of how we spend. We went to South America in 2019, okay. There was a budget that was allocated. Yes, we went over our budget a little bit, a lot, but all our trips are planned and budgeted accordingly.
I just want to know, if this person who said that I'm with him for his money, if that person knows where his money is and how we can access it, because I'd love to know.
You're controlling my money now anyway.
That's true. But anyway, I think it's just important to realize that when, people have this assumption when you live abroad and you work abroad that you have a lot of money.
We have a lot of money because we don't go brunching.
Well, that just goes to show that we have different priorities with our finances and going out, drinking. and stuff like that. It doesn't really appeal. And also, I think we spent most of our 20s being very broke. Like, just for disclosure, I'm 30, he's 35. And most of our 20s were spent like really, really just living paycheck to paycheck. And really taking on and staying in jobs that we weren't necessarily happy with in order to build up our portfolio and gain the experience that we wanted to gain. So now that we're in our 30s, we are definitely making better financial decisions and are much more pickier in terms of job opportunities.
Yeah.
And as a result, that allows us to be more flexible with our money. And as you said, we went traveling a lot last year, not just South America, we went to a couple of countries, and that was as a result of allocating money and I mean, we were doing pretty well, so why not, you know?
That's a very interesting assumption. I would never have ever thought that someone would have messaged for that one.
Just because I used to drive an Audi, I think that's why. Anyway, so the next assumption.
Ooh, this is going to get very interesting if this is how we're going.
Panda can handle more spicy food in the relationship than Paula.
Let's get something very straight here. Panda cannot handle any spicy food anymore. I dominate when it comes to spicy food.
It's not a competition.
Yes, but when it comes from everything to mango pickle through to curries, if I make a curry, I make a mean curry. The crab curry I made the last time.
Yeah.
That was, I think
that was legit. We were all crying, me, Carissa, Christine, everybody. Anyway, since I hit 30, in my 20s, I was eating everything. I was the person eating street food on the side of the road in India. Like, I don't know what happened to me when I turned 30. My digestive system has betrayed me, and I definitely have to limit my intake of spicy food. And we are not on the same level. He definitely beats me out. Paula takes a longer time getting ready in the morning.
Okay, let's get something very straight here. I am a person that believes that if I'm starting work at 8 o'clock, by 6 o'clock I need to get up because I have to have my coffee, hence why the coffee is here.
I can be up and out of the house within 30 minutes.
No.
And I don't need to like set multiple alarms. One alarm, I'm up.
7.
And yeah, so we are different in that sense. But he's never made me late for anything, so it's fine. Okay, so here's another interesting one. And I knew someone was going to say this, to be honest with you. Panda wears the pants in the relationship. Okay.
Do you?
Well, you can give your opinion first.
No, you go. Ladies first, please.
Well, I completely disagree. I definitely think he is more of a bossy bear, and he takes the lead in most things. I can give you concrete examples as well. So like when we were going to Seychelles, we did 2 trips to Seychelles in the last 2 years, and both times I came through with like suggestions of budget accommodation because it's super expensive in the Seychelles.
I'm more fussier.
And he just looked at like my budget options and he was like, it's a no, it's 4-star and above only. So the first time we went, we stayed at a 4-star hotel that he chose. And then the second time we went, we stayed at a 5-star hotel, which he chose. So that's just one example. And then also like every Friday, which is the start of our weekend, I would ask him like, what do you want to eat next week so that we can buy the relevant groceries, and I'll suggest things to him and he's like, no. So yeah, he does take the lead.
I think there's a good balance on certain things. On certain things there's a good balance where you say this is what you want and I allow for it, and then on certain things I say this is what I want and you're like, okay, no problem. I think there's a good compromise.
It is a good compromise. I do make the big decisions. Like we wouldn't have moved to Qatar if I hadn't given this the green light. But overall, I don't believe in this business of wearing pants in general. Like don't wear pants, just live your best life. And compromise with your partner and like just go 50-50 on things. And don't take them too seriously, like let them think they're in charge. And I think this will be our last one for part 1.
Part 2 is coming?
Part 2 is coming. Go away.
Oh, my mother's going to comment that I'm looking at the questions again.
Okay, speaking about that topic,
Ooh, we're getting to families now.
Paula's family secretly hates you.
How? When? Okay, I think that's going to be hurtful for them when they see this. No, my family loves her. I think, why wouldn't they?
It's true, I'm a delight. I really am. I think that this question can be answered very succinctly. Okay, so first of all, he's not Indian. So he's not coming to me with these like preconceived notions of how I should be, and his family doesn't give a flying broomstick about any of those old-fashioned ways of thinking. So like, I know in the Indian community, it's a sad reality. Like,
I'm learning a lot here now.
That you kind of go into a marriage not knowing whether your in-laws will like you and feeling like you have to accommodate and change yourself to accommodate them. And if you watch like a lot of Indian TV serials and stuff like that, you'll see that the daughters-in-law, and the mothers-in-law always have really shockingly bad relationship, and there's a lot of hatred between them. And the thing that I have noticed dating outside the culture is that's actually not an issue. So like, his family is totally low-key. Like, as I said, I'm a delight, they love me, and they're not interested in like, oh my god, you wear shorts, hi Allah, hi Rabba, kya log kahenge. No, they're just like, whatever, like, live your best life. And yeah, but I think like, even if they didn't, like, even if your mother was, for example, wearing a sari every day, she's just so cool. Like, if she saw me wearing shorts, she wouldn't be like, she'd just be like, hey, nice shorts.
But I can reverse it back and say the same things with your family. Your family has accepted me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my family is like light years ahead of most Indian families in terms of their progression. Like, they really are. And when I look at other Indian families, and having been married into another Indian family, I see and appreciate how progressive my parents have been.
We've got such different cultures.
Yeah. So I think that answers that question. Like, his family loves me, and there's no reason for them not to. And they're not interested in trying to change me, and I don't feel like I need to change to accommodate them. So I think that answers all of our assumptions.
Very interesting assumptions. I would never have expected those.
I think people just wanted us to add some masala into the video. So that's it for part 1 of our assumptions video. And I have a couple more assumptions, which we're going to do in the next video. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a like, share our videos, and let the world know about how great we are.
Really? We're adding that one in also?
Everywhere we go, return to paradise. All I